Well, hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to today. This is Gwen coming back to you with Hello There. And today I have a very special guest, a friend of mine who's in this business as well. And she is currently living in South Carolina. Am I correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Because we have someone else in our business that's from North Carolina, and I
Uh-huh.
always get mixed up between the two
Yeah,
you,
it's
right?
true, it's
Katie's
true.
as well. And then hi Rath, how are you today?
I'm fine, I'm fine. I am doing
Looking
very
pretty.
well, Thank you, thank you. Trying to make myself look presentable because usually I always have my hair up. Uh,
Because you're
Today.
always, doing things and going out and you're always
Mhm.
working out. So I love seeing all of your workouts and all of your, you motivate. I get inspired by you to work out, but I just can't get myself to do it. Because you know me, I can't work out in the morning. I fall asleep.
I cannot work out before going to work.
Mhm.
That will drain all my energy. I couldn't able to handle it. I would be too exhausted to be at work. So this way, when I get out of the gym, I'm ready to go to sleep. Where most people, if they work out, they can't fall asleep. Their body are still, um, up and running. And not for me. For me, after it, I want to just chill. And before you notice, I could sit down and pass out on the couch. You know.
That's me. And remember how I was talking about how I can't seem to work out in the morning because it puts me to sleep. And my and it's funny because everyone just started jumping on and say, how can you not? It gives them energy. Like, I don't know about you, but for me
Uh-huh.
specifically,
Mhm.
I cannot do it. It's so
See,
tiring for me.
I know why. I know why because you still in bed in the morning. So your body is still resting. No way do you want to get up to do something that's the least thing that you want to do. I would not able to wake up, to be honest. I would probably laying in bed there and won't able to make it to the gym. But because I can do it is when I get out of work, I go to the gym. So my body is
Mhm.
still up and running. That way, once I get out the gym as well, I'm ready to go to bed, you see? But if you're telling
Mm.
me, meet me at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock in the morning, that ain't gonna happen. You know, not happening. And I cannot work out at home. At home, I cannot
Oh,
do it. Yeah. Because,
yeah, it's hard. It's really hard to
yeah,
work at home. You get so distracted,
yes,
right?
yes. You want to eat, you want to munch, you want to drink, you want to sit down, you want to watch show, you want the bed is calling your name all around the corner. That's it's not happening. So once if you do
Exactly.
anything outside, whether you running, you go to the gym, you can able to do it. You use other people to motivate you, you know.
Yeah.
Like if they can do it, why not me? They're there, whatever age they are, they still can do it. So I better get my brain and start pumping like all of them. It's just like an
I know.
incentive way.
I know
Okay.
I need a lot of inspiration to do that. My husband, he tried to inspire me to. He said, let's go to work out. Watch other people get inspired about how they're lifting weights and they're doing all these things. And I was like, you know what? I get distracted. I would just stand there and look be amazed at how they're doing it.
And don't get me
you know,
wrong, I don't have a personal trainer or anything, but I peek at them. Shh.
uh,
I peek at them how they work out, and I was like, oh, I can use that. That seems good. So I find something, whatever they do, kind of helps me out, whatever that I'm missing. So, there's a lot of things that I don't do, but it's like whether I saw it people doing, I was like, hey, I could try that out and see if it works.
I'll try that
So,
next time, whenever
uh-huh.
I decide to go. Talk
Well,
about inspiring and being inspired by others. So
mhm.
what inspired you to get up every day to go to work?
Okay,
Well, first of all,
man.
can you let everyone know where you work and what a job that you're
Okay,
doing right now?
okay. All right, guys. If you guys don't already know me, my name is Rath, and I am a single mom of three, but they all pretty much grown and no longer live with me. And I work with the post office, the United States Postal Service. There you go. And what's inspired me to wake up to go to the post office?
Every day.
I I'm kind of a little, maybe I should try to clear my throat with that, I don't know if the word inspire really good for me to use it. I would say that I'm more forcing myself to go to work. You know, what makes make me have to go to work is, to make a living, to provide for me, myself, my family, my loved ones for all those years. And, nothing bad about the post office. Um, I'm grateful for it. They provide me for all these years, they provide the overtime and all that. And yes, it's it's not something that you wake up in you that you want to wake up to go to work. I don't think so, especially for all the postal people. I don't know about other corporation, the other job, but as for us, I there's no such thing that oh, can't wait to get up to go to work. I love my job. Yeah, it's my job, I'm grateful. It's provide my living, my family. It's take care of me for all these years. But if you talking about your own business, you know, something that you strive for, something that you're an entrepreneur, that you're building for yourself, and you get to meet new people all the time. That's a different story. You can set inspired, a lot of things can inspire you to wake up when you have your own business. You have your own desire, own goal, the dreams that you hoping and planning for, praying day and night for it too. So it's a hopeful dream, but it's a dream that can be reality. So yes, for that, all things in the future that you planning for, or working toward your goal, those are inspired you. Your wants, need, and everything will come in there that will provide it. If you can able to wake up and say, I'm looking forward to it, But when you go into a 9 to 5 job, a regular job, you're just there because you have to. You're forced to be there. But when you have your own business, you have your interests you like, and the people you meet during in the business, it's exciting, even the things you do from your own home in front of the computer, such as I'm trying to post this, post that. And believe it or not, I would take my time and figure things out and putting this, putting that out just to make sure that it looks decent. It's like you put more effort and you enjoying every bit of it. You don't mind waking up the next day. Even you're at work, you got things to do, lots of things, but you still try to squeeze the time to do your business. So the inspiration behind it, it's both of them are, in a different way, but this is more something for your future, that you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it give you hopes, give you, knowing that it's always going to be something good at the end, and you look forward to it, and meeting all the new people, and the how people inspired you as well and motivates you. It's nothing, that you shouldn't be happy waking up to enjoy those work, within your business. But
like
as
waking
far
up
as,
with a passion, basically.
yes, basically, yes. So as far as job, it's there
It's a
to
job.
help me to get through, it helped me to get through, but you want something more. You want whether to change your life, you want
You want to
um
make a difference,
a
right? And
difference,
not just
yes,
in your life, but
not
someone
just
else's life
me,
too.
but my family, my surrounding, people you meet as well, and if you can able to help others along the way of this journal, that would be amazing. That's what I find it more inspiring to me, is that not only for me, myself, but to able that if I can able to help even one person see a smile on their face, knowing they are grateful, knowing they are happy, that this might able help them and lift them up. You know what? That makes me happy. That makes me feel like, uh, you know, a warm feeling inside.
Yeah.
Even the little things that if I can help others, such as when I was at the gym, two young lady was asking me how to do certain workout, and I told I'm not a professional, I'm not a pro, and I'm not a trainer. And she looked at me, but you're in great shape. I said,
You are
yeah,
in great shape.
I said, but I kind of do this a little bit, but I can help you whatever I can. So I said, well, what you're doing perfectly fine. And I kind of guide her along the way, and I kind of tell her what to do, what need, and there's many things that she can do, you know, just to see the smile that you're
Mm,
acknowledging the person, that you giving your feedback, that you are advising a little bit. You can see the expression that they are grateful.
appreciate. Yeah.
Yes, and I was in their shoe at one time, so I know how it feels. And even to my coworkers and friends that I've known in the past, if they come to me, Rath, um, can you help me with workout? Can you train me or whatever? I say, I'm not a trainer, but I will put my time for you. I say like that. You just have to take your behind, meet me over there at this time, that time, and I'll give you my time. And they would do it. And I would step by step training the person. And they said, why didn't you do it too? I said, I'm not here to work out on me. I'm working to help you. So I cannot, uh, I cannot able to do this and try to help you. If I'm
Yeah.
here to help you, I'm focused on you and let it be that way. When
Yes.
my time working out, it's my turn. But now it's yours. You have only 1 hour, 2 hour, and this is it. So that way I'm gonna focus on you.
Yeah.
So unless they bail out on me, then okay. But for the meantime, if they willing, I would willing to help them, whether
You're
it's
always
going out.
giving people 100% of your attention when he needs it.
Yes, whether at work or whether at home or whether um, just going out and meeting people, even anything that anybody help, I would walk an extra mile just to help them out, whatever that I can. And to me, it's like a real nice relief, warm feeling that if I can see a person smile on their face, even when I was delivering the mail, even if I see they are thankful for even the little thing that I can able to help them. I feel good. I feel that, even if it's a little, but it still mean a lot to me, and it mean a lot to other people too.
Yes, it
I
does.
try to be very positive.
Smile and hugs are two things that helps people get through the toughest time. And you
Yes,
don't
yes,
know
yes.
whether they're going through a tough time or not. They can look like
True.
they're okay in their life, right? But it doesn't
Yeah,
mean you actually know exactly what happens behind.
I hear
So
you.
it's always good to put out a smile and a hug,
Hmm.
as much as you can, right? As much
Yes,
as they
definitely.
offer, they let you, and as much as you
Uh-huh.
can to provide,
Hmm.
very much. So how you were mentioning that you're a mom of four?
Three, three,
Three.
three,
Ah,
three.
three boys, you said.
Hmm.
And
Three
they're
boys.
all older now. So how is it like
Yes.
being of,
Uh,
three
you
boys?
know, now that I'm a lot older and the kids are pretty much they're big, they don't live with me anymore. That it's kind of lonely in a way. Like you kind of wish you had that kind of bond. That maybe most people have. But as for me, it's kind of very distant because not only that they live far, each one of them, they live far from each other. One's in Chicago, one's in Hawaii, and one in Las Vegas,
Wow, like
And
three parts of the US.
Yes, yes. Yeah, and I'm here in Carolina, in the South Carolina, so it's kind of like really basically very hard. You kind of feel sad in a way. The only one that I really uh, connect to was my middle one, my son, the second one. He's in Hawaii. He's in the Air Force, so he's okay. We keep in contact every other week. But my oldest, he's living with his dad. My youngest, he's in Chicago, still in Chicago, and we kind of only talk very little. Now, because all of this, it's because I work so hard. I worked so much during the time right after my divorce between me and their dad. So I was basically working who 12 hours a day, and sometimes, yes, 14, 6 days a week, and sometimes,
That's pretty much the whole awake
yes,
time of the kids.
yes, yes, yes. And I could end up working 80 hours a week. Um, I basically all my time was occupied at work. So the spare time that I had left with my kid was really nothing much. So that's one thing that I look at being a single mom, you feel like you force yourself to do so much more because you're afraid of failure. You're afraid that you can't provide for them because for all the time I was with the father of my kids, and I've always feel secure. I've always feel like, oh, I'm good. And by me pulling away, I felt, am I going to able to make it? Being a single mom on my own. So I pushed myself so hard that I left out my kid. And really didn't have time for them nor myself. The only time that to relieve my stress was to go to the gym. The gym was my only outlet. So, all else, I really don't have the time. And yeah, not too happy with that. It is what it is. So hopefully in the near future, I get to rekindle the relationship with all my kids. And hopefully my older son will reach out to me as well, or hopefully he answer my call, you know. Yeah, and mm,
Well, it is tough being a mom or a
yeah,
dad too. It's just tough being parents because
mhm,
there's no manual, there's no like
mhm,
instructions of
yeah,
how we should. And then all the kids come out, they have different personality too. In
mhm,
Vietnamese, there's this thing called, you give birth to your kids, but they're born with a personality that you can't really
yeah.
teach them about, right?
No,
And
no, no.
each of them are very different, and the way that they
Mhm,
might clash with you in certain ways, and
mhm,
it's just tough being a parent overall, but being a single mom at that moment right after divorce is even tough because you're not just having to take care of your kids, but you're also having to try to heal your broken heart too.
yeah.
All that you had to go through, and try to be strong for the kids. That I do hope that your kids understand that what they went through, you are also going through the same thing. But because
Mhm,
you had to take care of them, so you had to
mhm,
put aside your feelings and what you went through. And because of that, you kind of like got blinded by
yes, yes.
and trying to cover up and try to be strong, and then you don't want them to see your weakness, right? And
No,
then because of
no.
that, it makes them feel like you're neglecting them, but
Mhm,
really it's because you're trying your best to give them food on the
mhm,
table, take care of them in a certain way. And that's another thing is that I learned is that it's just that kids also teach us a lot of things besides us teaching them, right?
yeah,
They're
yeah,
teaching us
true.
how to be stronger, they're teaching us how to, but because as parents we always think that we have to be strong for our kids, so we can't show
Mhm,
them the weakness because we want to lead by example,
Mhm.
right? But sometimes when we are so focused on teaching them to be strong so that they can survive on their own, we
Mhm.
forget to teach them to be compassionate or to be loving or to be caring,
Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right, you
right?
know.
And then when
You're
that
right.
happens, they grow up to be just like us, right? To be focused on being strong. And that's the reason.
Mhm.
But I do hope that in the future, in the near future, your kids will see your life and how it
Mhm.
has you've changed, and you're more focused on living the present life now.
Mhm.
You value your relationships. And that comes to my next questions. After working for the post office so many years, how many years have you been working in the post office?
22, going to be 23.
22 years, right? And
Yes, yes,
throughout your divorce, to be, taking care of the kids,
yes,
22 years, you
yes,
spent your whole,
yes,
practically your whole life in the post
yes,
office.
yes, yes. I even
What
worked two
made
jobs
you,
too.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a good, stable job. It is. It's a
It
very,
is,
stable
yes.
job. And so, but what, and it doesn't require you to do a lot of things to get certification. It doesn't require you to level
Nope.
up your knowledge at all. It's just a
Mhm.
stable paying job that can
Yeah,
get you by day,
yes,
right?
yes. Hmm.
Yeah.
It's very
So
stable.
what was it that, hmm?
Go ahead,
Continue?
go ahead.
I was gonna say, what was it that made you after 22 years to decide to take it in, like to start a new business, to just venture out? Because usually people would just realize that, oh, in 5 years of working somewhere that they're unhappy about, or they're just so over drained and tired. But you do have a very strong will for you to last that long, 22 years. What made you decide that this is the time that you want to make that change in your life? And it's never too late, right? It's never ever too late to make the change. What was it that caused you to just jump and make the leap of faith to start your own business?
Mm, I've been trying, different things before, and it doesn't seem to go well. Um, Seems like I fail at it, or um, I get burned quite a bit. Um, it's I've always looking, hoping, wanting something to change my life, change my normal, cocoon living, basically just work, home, gym, work, home, gym,
That's
sleep,
like
and
the
all
hamster wheel.
that. Yes, basically it's like a circle, and I just sleep, cook, work, gym, sleep, cook, work, gym. That's basically my everyday life. There's really nothing changed. Um, I wanted something more than just that. I wanted to want something, but I just don't know what. What is it? I know there got to be something out there. As far as I don't know technology, I'm not a guru tech. I'm not business lady, like, what you call that business, uh, you know,
Female
experience,
entrepreneur.
the entrepreneur, nothing whatsoever. No tech guru, no business, no sales experience, nothing. I can't even play with my laptop without, a phone. Nothing that I'm just make a phone call, checks my message, Facebook a little bit because someone had a friend of mine help me out. But I know I want something. I want it so bad, especially at this time where I will soon soon retired. Not too long, maybe 7 more years, and I will get the age, and I will get the years in the service. But I look at, like, financially, I'm not stable enough to retire. I'm living from check to paycheck. Before, I worked so much overtime making good money, but once the overtime is taken away, what do I got left but paycheck to paycheck again? So wanted something, but I don't know. And I don't have the kind of energy to be working 2 jobs, 3 jobs like I used to anymore, like when I was young. So I think as I'm getting older, I don't want to be end up working more hours just to make extra money. I even asked the Lord, why am the older I get, the harder I work? There got to be something else for me, you know? There got to be something, you know, whatever it is, you're going to have to bring it to me, you know? And yes, I was looking and looking, but not really looking, but wanting, you know. Um, but when, this was present to me, I did not hesitate. I jumped right in. I mean, I dive right in. No
Yes, you
second
did.
thought. Yeah, no second thought. Click, click, click. That was it, you know. And even though the decision that I made was very quick, very easy, it wasn't hard because of I desire for something more. I want a better future. I want to make some kind of an income, a stream that even if it's 500, 1,000, whatever it is that the business can, give me. I mean, I take it, whatever. The sky's the limit, you know. But what I'm saying is that it wasn't hard to make a decision to jump right in because something I wanted more, wanted to change, wanted in life or in every kind of way. But what makes me, once I got into, and also I come to notice and find out that it was harder than I expected. It was so hard for me because everything, technology and the online space and everything around it that built around this business was very hard for me. Yes, I struggle, and I know how hard it is for me, but I didn't want that to stop me. Even if it takes a little bit more time, uh, I'm willing to if I have to spend hours and hours sitting without sleep, I'm willing to sacrifice all my sleep for this. So it didn't, that was very rough. And knowing what I gone through, um, had tried many things, I'm still not skeptical about this business. I know that there got to be something that will work. It might not work before, but maybe this is the one. So I just kind of have to keep forcing myself. I said, um, this may be the one, and if God bring this to me, I better, no matter how hard it is, I just have to go through it and fight through it. So that's what I, feel, that this one is an opportunity for me, not only, for a supplement my income, but I believe that it would change my life. It'll change everything around me, and hoping that, in the long run, I'll change other as well, and that I have a little bit more comfortable living, um, and something that where I can able to travel, and I love travel. I love hiking. I love all those outdoors. So you see,
Yes, I do
that's
see.
so I working, toward it, all of it, all the above, and I think I'm more exciting as every day, every little things that I get things done. I feel like, yay, I did it.
It's like an accomplishment, whether it's big or small, but it's like what it does is that it gives you something to look forward to the next day instead of what you said that you've always been doing. Wake up, cook, work, gym, like all that whole cycle of your life. It's the same old thing, and you're
Mhm,
just going to be extinct within that life of yours,
mhm.
right? And then this one is you're waking up saying, okay, I have these things new that I have to learn, something I
Yes.
have to do every day. So it keeps you on your toes and
Mhm,
it keeps your mind working constantly so
mhm.
that you don't feel so you don't feel like you're getting old faster. I think that's the reason is
More
why it
life.
as well as yeah, just like my mother-in-law, she's 84 and she's still playing games on her phone,
Wow.
and people would say, oh, oh, how can you play game when you're old? But the thing is, I see it as her training her brain to continue
Mhm.
to keep it working, right? Because
True.
our
Hmm.
brain, and that's why she's so healthy still, because she keeps her mind constantly working. And when it's constantly working, it's gonna pump blood into your body, keeps your body, going. Everything else is still working. But if you shut yourself out and not grow your knowledge and continue to
Hmm.
grow every day, then basically you're just gonna be living your life waiting until the day you're going to die, pretty
Yeah,
much,
yeah,
right?
yeah, I really don't want it because I do enjoy meeting new people. Now it's like my total, who I am. I think whatever the past that I was gone through, the divorce and everything had changed me. I have to learn how to be me again, and I found myself a more people person. I get along with all type different people, so it's very nice, to meet new people, especially in our business. I think it's exciting to learn about others and versus in, they're learning about you and a lot of
Yes.
things to share and people willing to lending a hand to help out, and that's pretty awesome.
It
Um,
is definitely awesome because you don't have to leave your house to meet new people.
yeah, tell
Um,
me about it.
right? Because usually back when you're in college and working, you're in college, you go to bars, you meet new people, right? And
Hmm.
then when you
Hmm.
start working in corporate world, you go to networking events or you go to
Hmm.
meetings, companies events, where then you meet new people. But as you get older, where do you go? You go to the park? No, you don't go to the park to meet new people, right?
No, go to the
And then
bar
now with
now.
all the COVID that's happening, you can't, and even if you travel, you don't get to meet a handful of people, maybe one or two, if you're brave enough to go up to them and talk to them and start conversation. But what
I
if
feel
you're
like it'd
not
be
those
like
type of people
crazy.
who are brave enough to do that, right?
Uh-huh.
What if you're not ones that can easily start conversation? Where do you meet people? Because once you meet people, you get to learn about their life. You get to learn about their struggles, what they went through, and you get inspired by them. And that helps you grow as a person. And it doesn't matter what
True.
age you're at, you're still going to continue to grow based on from
Hmm.
what you hear from other people,
Hmm.
right? That's what I learned
Hmm.
from this business. And I'm pretty sure that you're surprised when you got into this
Yeah,
business too,
yeah.
because
Uh-huh.
I
True. It
remember
is.
talking to you at our coaching, and I said, you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about technology. I was so bad at this. And I said, do not worry. We will take your hand and guide you step by step. And, it might seem slow to you at first, but once
Mhm.
you get the hang of it, you're gonna start ticking it off and going with it. And that's what you've been doing.
Yes, yes. I mean, actually, I enjoy it, even though there's days that I try to set things up and it takes me forever to get that things that you can do in 10 minutes done. It takes me forever, like the whole night. And then at the end, I lost all the information. I have to
Oh,
redo it again. And then when I redo it, it was like in 10 minutes. I'd be like, that's it, 10 minutes.
because you know why? It's that's how we are programmed as human. We learn through our mistakes, right?
Mhm.
You don't know all that process at first. You go through it, and of course your mind is new to these things. You don't remember certain, functions and things like that. But then once you did all that, and let's say
Mhm.
you, like you said, you lost it, but once you go back and do it, you're like, okay, I know how to do this now. So it's not hard to learn. It's just whether you're open to learn. And that's what you've been
Mhm.
doing. You've been doing an
Yeah.
awesome job in this
I was
business.
I was afraid, even though I jumped right in. I dive right in without think twice, and knowing that it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be a challenge. I've gone through doing something like this and it didn't work with all the negative that was feed into me. But at the same time, due to whatever that I experienced in the past, I kind of change that outlook and say telling myself that if God's put me in this path and he, the one that brought me here, I'm going to take a leap of faith and keep going no matter how hard it is, because might be my only chance. Because I was like, oh, maybe, if I don't do this, I'm going to be sorry for the next, another 5-10 years that I didn't do it. So I just go on and do it. And especially you see other people very successful, you strive to do the best that you can, so every time you wake up and you look forward to doing it, to the first thing I get up, I'll be go on that and check the message and check. I'm like, oh wow, now I'm, so it's more inspiring than you work from 9 to 5, your regular job, So I have a wonderful time and I have fun doing this as well. Even trying to take a picture of video and all that. I actually enjoyed it a lot, I find
I'm
myself
glad.
more doing that,
And
so.
I'm very glad that you have started this business with us. And, I do wish to see more accomplishment coming up for you in your business. And I do see that the first time I talked to you, I had a feeling that you're going to be someone who's going to inspire so many people out there with your life and your story and your will and your desire for change so strong that it's
Yes,
contagious, and like
yes,
you just jumps in there and you just spread out this fire of desire. And that's the thing with anything that you do in life, everything. It doesn't matter whether it was starting your own business or starting a new hobby or whatever it is that you decide to do in your life. Your desire is very important, because that's what's going to push you to
mhm,
go out of your comfort zone, to
yes,
experience something new. Because the comfort zone that we are all in is created by ourselves. Pretty much we put ourselves in that comfort zone, and the only person that can get you out of that comfort zone is also yourself,
yes,
right?
true.
And so whether you decide today that you're gonna go learn how to do skateboard, or you're gonna decide to do skydiving, that's all within your desire to take that first step.
That's
And
true.
so I wish everyone, our time is up, but I love talking to you, Rath, so much. Today is, I talk to you every day. And I
Yeah.
love it. It's like we look forward to seeing your face in our community every single
Mhm.
day. And every day I just feel that you're getting stronger and stronger, and your desires even building even stronger. And I I wish you all the best. And anything
Yes,
else you want to
thank
send a
you.
message to our viewers
I
today?
I just look at like the fear that we all go through, whatever kind of fear that you go through, that you're being afraid of all the things, the obstacle that you think it's might come in your way. I believe that if you put your why in front, your why will be more, greater than your fear. You're afraid, you know, pull you back, the why is gonna take you all the way. So I think my why is more greater, by far more greater than my fear, my, that unknown that you're afraid of, or whether you have no background of anything. The why will push you through it, and you got to let that why burning. I mean, keep burning and just keep motivating yourself. And you use other people to help you as well. Your teammates, your partnership, your the business, all the family in there that helps, and you use them to help you succeed, to get you, strive you, and inspire you. So that's what I can only say for now. So I'm keep working hard toward it.
Thank you so much, Rath, today for this wonderful interview. And I'm going to leave you with this one sentence: live your life with intention and purpose. So I will all see you next week. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.